Hello, boys and girls. Today is April 22nd, 2020, and we're going to do a CKLA lesson, Splash Dogs. Our objective says, I can use narrative language to describe characters, events, and facts in a story. I can work with digraphs and spelling teams that make one sound. I can write words in the correct spaces. And the question says, can you read sentences and fill in the correct words? Our story today is Splash Dogs. But before we read Splash Dogs, did you enjoy the other part of the story with the trip out west? When the mule had the bells around his neck, and the story was called Saved by the Bells, because when Gran and Jen and Josh went into the cave, they got lost, but they were able to get out because they could hear the bells that Sam had around his neck. So we're still on the camping trip, and our story today is called Splash Dogs. The questions that we're going to look at: why did they take Buck and Pup to the lake? What trick can Buck do? And what did Pup bring back? We're going to look at these questions so that when we're reading the story, we're going to see those answers as we read. Splash Dogs. Tex takes Gran and the kids to meet his dogs, Buck and Pup. Buck is a big black dog. Pup is just a pup. We can take them to the lake so you can see their tricks, says Tex. At the lake, Tex grabs a stick. Here, Buck, he yells. Tex chucks the stick in the lake. Buck runs to the end of the dock and jumps. Splash! Buck swims to the stick and brings it back. So before we go on, let's look at some of these words. Buck's the name of the big dog, and we used descriptive words. We used, and remember our adjectives, big and black. But Pup's name is Pup. Pup is a pup, and a pup is a small dog, and his name is Pup. In this, in this sentence, it says, Tex chucks the stick in the lake. And so we're not familiar with the word chuck, meaning to throw. So if we say Tex threw the stick in the lake, we would understand it better, but it just means to throw. Let's see, did we have anything else? No. So here is Buck, and then look, there is Pup. And they're not the same kind of dogs because they look very different. And here is Josh and Jen and Gran and Tex. Oh, one thing we talked about, we read that I wanted to say, and then I think they use the word dock. Let's see, where is dock? Buck runs to the end of the dock and jumps. And so this would be the dock. And remember in class we said it could also be called the wharf. Can Pup jump? Asked Jen. Well, Tex says, he can swim, but he has not made a jump yet. Let us see if we can get him to jump. Tex takes a stick and chucks it on the land. Pup runs and gets it. So we could, for a dog, we could use the word fetch. So he fetched the stick. Pup runs and gets it. Tex pats him on the back. Why do you think he patted him on the back? Do you think it's because he wanted to made him feel good because he did what he was supposed to do, so he will do it again? Next, Tex takes a stick and chucks it in the lake. The dogs run off, but Pup skids to a stop at the end of the dock. Buck jumps in and gets the stick. Let's see if there's a picture of it. Okay, so there is Buck. He's going to still jump in and get the stick, but Pup stops. So how do you think Pup feels? I think a word might be scared. Another word might be afraid, because he's never done it before. Okay, let's see. This time, text says, keep a hand on Buck and see if Pup will jump. So maybe he felt overwhelmed with the big dog doing it and he didn't want to do it. So he's saying, keep a hand on Buck, and it means kind of hold on to him so that he can give Pup a chance. Gran grabs Buck and hugs him. So even when she grabbed him, she hugged him to still make him feel loved. Tex chucks the stick in the lake. This time, Pup runs and makes the jump. Splash! So he might not have been afraid. He might have just said, I can't do it because Buck is so big, he's going to do it. Josh and Jen cheer and clap. Pup pops up and swims back to the land. But what has he got in his teeth? Is that the stick, Josh asks. No, yells Jen. Pup has a fish. That is a funny, funny story. So, the first question, why did they take Buck and Pup to the lake? We're going to go to the beginning of the story, because the first question should be, what happens first in the story? So we're going to go back and find out why they took him to the lake. But I bet you all already know. If you remember what it said, we can take them to the lake so you can see their tricks, says Tex. So if you wrote that question, the answer to the question, you would write, they took Buck and Pup to the lake to show them the tricks they could do. The second question says, what trick can Buck do? And we know the answer to that. Buck can jump in the water and fetch a stick. Now, they didn't use the word fetch. Let's see what word they used. He runs and gets it. Let's see if they use anything else. And it still says and gets. Buck jumps in and gets it. So we would use the word get instead of fetch. And 3 says, what did Pup bring back? And we all remember that because that was just so funny. Do you think it could really happen? I don't know about that. He caught a fish. That was a funny story. So now we're going to go into the story again. And remember how we found some of those words? We call them digraphs. They have a bunch of letters that make one sound. And we learned all 5 of them because we have 5 vowels that we talk about all the time. A, E, I, O, and U. And the E makes the E sound. These are called the long vowels. The A blank E makes the A sound because the E on the end tells the vowels to say their name. The I blank E is the I sound. The O blank E has the O sound, and the U blank E has the U sound. And I think we found take before and we used it. Maybe meat too, but let's put meat because we probably are not going to have too many EE words. And we also used see. You could go back in your papers and see, because you should be writing this on your paper so that you can go back and use it. Okay, so our EE words so far are meat and see. If we come up with another word, we're going to change it and use the newer words. Let's use the word lake, because I know for AKE we haven't used that one before. L-A-K-E. And those words are highlighted, meaning they're darker than the other words, so they're easier to see. Okay, let's use take. T-A-K-E, and then I think we have an S on the end. T-A-K-E-S. Oh, we see keep. So let's, oh, and we have cheer. So let's erase these. And we're going to use the word keep. K-E-E-P. And cheer. C-H-E-E. Oh, we can't hear E in cheer. Oh, look at teeth. I like teeth better because we can really hear the E-E in teeth. T-E-E-T-H. Okay, and time. So we have an I-M-E word. T-I-M-E. Oh, we don't, so that's it. Let's check again just to make sure we don't have any O blank E words, and we didn't have one in our other story. And we don't have a U blank E either, because mule was our U blank E. So we don't have any of those. Now, if you still have your page from the week before, well, the story before, you can add these to the ones that you already have. I can't keep them up because I have to erase to reuse my board. But you can add keep and teeth to the ones that we already did. I'm gonna take a picture of it so I'll still have it. Lake and takes and time. And so you would have mule for you blank E, just to keep up with it. And so now we're going to look at these sentences, and these are sentences that you can write after this video is over, because these are the words that we're going to use in sentences. And I want you to write, because you have to keep writing, boys and girls. You have to keep writing. So we're going to do a word box. Have, said, why. And none of these words have capital letters, so when if they're at the beginning of a sentence, you're going to have to add that capital letter. Where, what, okay, and then we're going to draw our word box. Okay, let's go over it again. Have, say it after me, said, why, where, what. The first sentence says, blank, will you go? And they're asking, it sounds like a place. And so which one of these words, if you use that word, the answer is going to be a place. Would it be have, said, why, where, what? Okay, it's going to be where. Where will you go? And the answer is going to be a place. Okay, number 2. Hi, pal, blank Jack. And hi, pal has talking marks. So that's a clue that this word should be what? Said. And since we used where, let's draw a line through it. And we've used said, so we're going to draw a line through it. Blank or you said. And this seems to be, we want an answer to tell the reason that this person is said. So what word would that be? Why? Why are you sad? So we're going to draw a line through why. Blank is your name. In that word, we only have and what. And so what makes sense? And we hear people say that all the time. What is your name? And so we have left. Let's see if it fits in. I have 2 snacks. Does it fit in? Yes, it does. I have 2 snacks. Okay, this wasn't a very long lesson. And for your work at home, you're going to read another story. And it still deals with the camping trip. And I don't have the story in front of me. We have to download it on the computer. It's called Tex and Rex. And then we have some yes and no answers where you're going to bubble in either yes or no. And then for 5, 6, and 7, 5, and you can read it on the side, says mark the nouns that name a place. And let me see, I'm going to just write place on here. And then for number 6, you're going to mark the noun that names a thing. And then on number 7, you're going to mark the noun that is a proper noun. And there are 2 of those. And then on the last page, and we've done these before, it says to retell the part of the story that is shown in this picture. So you can go back to that picture. See, Tex has his hands folded, his arms folded, and he's talking to someone else. So, and they look a lot alike. So let's go back and see what that's about and give us an answer. So that's your work for at home. And as always, we like to end with a story because it's just nice to hear a story being read. And so this is called Dig, Dogs, Dig. And this is a story that I've gotten online. And let's see what the title is Dig, Dogs, Dig, but I want to see by
This story is
Dig, Dogs, Dig, a construction tale.
By James Horvath.
Duke, Roxy, Buddy, Max, Spot, and Spike. Wake up, dogs. We're going to be late. The sun is up. There's no time to wait. Grab your gloves, hard hats, and boots, shovels, goggles, and dirt-digging suits.
We're going to notice something about this
Eat
story
some
in
breakfast
particular
on the
at
go.
the end. Be
Quickly
ready
now.
to tell me.
You're moving too slow. Hop in your trucks. There's work to be done. Get to the job site. Run, dogs, run. Down the road and over the hill. Driving big trucks takes plenty of skill. Around the corner and through the pass. Stop at the station to fill up with gas. Okay, dogs, we're at the site. There's lots to do before it's night. Start up the loader, dump truck and grader, bulldozer, backhoe, and excavator. The excavator digs deep with its scoop, pulling up dirt with a swish and a swoop. Push and plow and clear the way. The bulldozer makes it look easy each day. The loader picks up a rocky big bite and moves out the rubble with all its might. Hauling away dirt and sand, gravel and rock, the big strong dump truck works around the clock. There's trouble in the pit. We've hit something big. Get down in the hole and dig, dogs, dig. Down in the pit, there's some busting to do with hammers, a pick, and a rock splitter too. A job like this calls for a crane with its winch and its hook and its long, heavy chain. It's a dinosaur fossil, a huge T-Rex bone With a tug, it breaks loose from its prehistoric home. Now get back to work. Get back to your crew. Hurry up, dogs. There's more work to do. The greatest perform their dance-like maneuvers as the ground is made smooth by these heavy earth movers. The cement mixer spins as the concrete pours, but there's no time to waste. We're going to need more. Sand, gravel blocks, and some 4x4 sticks. The forklift comes over to pick up the bricks. Building has started. Here comes more big trucks, hauling plants and trees, and even some ducks. More equipment arrives, unload it with care, check it, unpack it, and stack it right there. Clear way for the flatbed. Clear the way, let him pass. He's hauling our trees and 10 acres of grass. More dogs arrive with ratchets and wrenches, building fountains and fences, bathrooms and benches. Unpack the boxes, follow directions, make sure it's built right so it passes inspection. Grab the hose, fill the hole until it's brimming, and let loose the ducks for some synchronized swimming. Everything's finished. What a day this has been. Now open the gates and let everyone in. The workday is over. It's now almost dark. We have just enough time to enjoy our new park. Great work, crew. It's a place all your own. There's even a spot for that dinosaur bone. This job is complete. We've built something new. Tomorrow we'll find a new job to do.
Well, kids, how did you like that story? It was really, really cute. And the unusual thing about this story is what? It rhymed, and it made it even more fun. Okay, kids, so I'd like you to go and start doing the work that I asked you to do. If you don't do it on Google Classroom, take a picture of it and send me the picture, text it to me so that I'll know that you did it. Thank you.